You want respect, right? Maybe even admiration? No, what you truly crave is power. Not the kind that earns polite smiles or nods of approval. The kind that makes rooms fall silent when you enter. The kind that tightens the air, fills it with tension so thick it's almost unbearable. Words, they're easy. Actions? Sure, they carry weight. But silence is a force of nature. It doesn't speak, it commands. It doesn't ask, it demands. Silence stays long after you've gone, echoing in minds like a haunting memory. People, they're predictable. Always talking, always proving, desperate for validation. The louder they get, the clearer their weakness becomes. They don't realize it, but everyone else sees through them. You're going to be different. Not by what you say, but by what you don't. No explanations, no defenses, no reactions. Let them wonder. Let them project their fears onto you. That's power making them fill in the blanks with their own insecurities. You think you need to learn some clever tricks, some tactics to earn respect? No. What you need is already within you. You've been taught that to be noticed. You need to talk, to explain yourself, to justify your worth. How's that working out for you? All those words, all that effort, what has it really achieved? Let me tell you a secret: the strongest person in the room is the one who doesn't need to speak. Silence unnerves people. It's not just quiet, it's a void, a mirror reflecting their own fears and uncertainties. The less you give, the more they scramble to fill the silence. Let them. Every time they overreach, they expose themselves. And you'll stand firm, unmoved. That's power being the calm at the center of the storm. Have you ever seen someone walk into a room and command attention without a single word? It's not an accident, it's deliberate. Their presence speaks for them. Their silence says, I don't need your approval. That's what makes people take notice and fear you. Fear doesn't come from shouting. It comes from the unknown, from the question what's going on in their mind. When you refuse to give them answers, they'll start unraveling. Here's the truth: most people don't care about you. They smile, they nod, they act like you matter. But the second you turn away, you're forgotten. And that's fine, because your power lies in not needing them. When you stop playing their game, when you let go of needing their validation, you become untouchable. You become the one they can't predict or control. You've been following rules that weren't made for you, living by a script designed to keep you small. But the world doesn't reward those who wait politely in line. It belongs to those who take what they want. No explanations, no apologies. Silence is your weapon. Learn to wield it. Stop talking. Stop justifying. Stop reacting. The quieter you become, the louder your presence will be. Think about it. How many times have you regretted speaking, saying too much, explaining yourself to people who weren't listening anyway? Every word you give is a tool they can use against you. But silence, it takes their power away. They're left grasping at nothing, unsettled by the emptiness you leave behind. That's when you win. Not by speaking, but by withholding. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't owe them your voice, your emotions, or your reactions. Let your silence do the talking. Let it say everything they're afraid to hear. When you master this, you'll notice something: the loudest people are often the weakest. They talk because they can't handle the quiet. They react because they fear stillness. You won't be like them. You'll be the one who stays composed, unshaken, unreadable. And that's what terrifies them. Not knowing, not understanding, not being able to predict you. They'll try to provoke you, to pull you into their chaos. Don't fall for it. Stand firm. Let them spiral while you remain steady. Their insecurities will do the work for you, tearing them apart from the inside out. Power doesn't come from shouting the loudest or being the flashiest. It comes from restraint, from control, from choosing not to engage. Silence isn't weakness, it's strength. It's a shield and a sword. And when you learn to use it, no one will be able to ignore you. They'll fear you not because of what you do, but because of what you don't do. So stop explaining, stop reacting, and start commanding. Let your silence become your loudest statement. Let it speak the truth they're too afraid to admit. Because in the end, the strongest person isn't the one making the most noise, it's the one who doesn't need to say anything at all.